What is up, Zero Gang? My name is Castle Zero Vlogs, and today we are going to be talking about a country singer that is named, I forgot her name, Clare Dunn. She is a country singer, and she was viciously attacked by a black dude. Okay, in all seriousness, she was attacked by a Lyft driver. And there's this whole report that's going on, and now he's being charged, or they caught him or something like this. Actually happened in June or July, but the story, resurfaced as I think they finally caught him or found him or something like that. We're gonna be reading this all together. This is pretty new. This is about 11 hours old, so I thought this would be very interesting to report on it, since I haven't seen anyone else actually report on it. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment, help me get my video out there in this jungle that we call YouTube. By the way, buy some merch. All right, you guys like this tee? I'm gonna start wearing my own stuff, by the way, so you guys can see more merch, so you guys can go on my store and buy some merch, represent XG. But we're gonna be getting into this, so yeah, I'm gonna be reading to you guys, one of those reading things, and also this is also in 60 frames per second, one of those videos where you guys get it in 60 frames per second. So let's read this in 60 frames per second. Today, it says, country singer Clare Dunn tearfully reveals how a ride-sharing driver pulled her out of the car and threw her violently from her face to the ground, with the driver bust at the beginning of Tuesday. I don't know why they said did. They just have did right there. Tuesday, did, period, okay? This was hell. Get out, singer weeping told to People magazine, sharing a photo of her bloody, injured face from June 26th. That was pretty accurate, June or July, one of the J's. June 26th, attack in Tennessee. The Colorado-based star was recording in Nashville when she and her friends shared Lyft's home from a girls' night out. So she was a girls' night out. This sounds like she was drunk, by the way. I'm gonna just continue reading this, but I'm gonna give my own opinion as I go on. Sounds like she was pretty drunk to me. It says Nashville. It says recording in Nashville when she and her friends shared Lyft's home from a girls' night out. Sounds like they were drinking. And boy, if you do night times, you mess with some drunk girls, it's wild, man. You guys look at some of my videos, all right? Watch all the crazy drunk girls. All my craziest videos are from drunk girls. Make sure you guys note that. So it says, the driver was then more and more excited as the 33-year-old singer asked him to avoid the highway and take a slower route. Why would she want a slower route? This is weird. And pointed out that he missed her turn. She said, I remembered. So wait, the driver was then more and more excited as the 34-year-old singer asked him to avoid the highway. Why would you want him to avoid the highway? That just sounds weird. Anyway, it says he was yelling at me, Dan recalled. Yeah, you're making him waste his time. Wait, we don't like Lyft drivers. Lyft doesn't pay for anything, by the way. Lyft drivers, they I guess they do get paid for time, but I don't know, Lyft changed so much, I could be wrong, but usually how it goes is that if this is a longer route, or you make the most money when things are done the fastest, right? Because you get paid for miles, and usually time for rideshare is terrible. You get paid like pennies for time, so you want to do miles. So basically, you want to hit the highway, get these miles over as fast as possible. There's a shorter route with the same miles, you do that, rather than, a longer route with the same miles, you're just wasting time and money. So I can understand why he got angry over that. Like I said, Lyft could have changed, but when I did Lyft back in the day, that's how it was. You want to go for miles and not time. The least amount of time, the most amount of miles is how you make the most money. Anyway, it goes on to say, and at the moment, I knew I wasn't going to ride the interstate with him. I wasn't going to quietly go where he wanted to take me. And you probably noticed that this girl will be more annoying than her work, she said. Okay, I'm a little confused. Am I just dumb or something like that? And she's just like, is this kind of just obvious that she's being a problem? Is this just me? Is it just me? Okay, let's reread this, all right? This is her talking, all right? Quoting the dude. And at that moment, I knew I wasn't going to ride the interstate with him. I wasn't going to quietly go where he wanted to take me. It literally says that, and you've probably noticed. Okay, I'm not stupid. This is this terrible writing. You've probably noticed that this girl will be more annoying than her work, she said. The driver then pulled less than a mile from her house, she said. Why do they put it like that? This is an annoying read. Before taking off his shoes or calling 911 on the phone, he grabbed me. Wait, am I not understanding something? Before taking off his shoes? Why would he take off his shoes? Am I missing something here? The driver got angry with Dan after warning him that he had missed the street. Okay, so he didn't want to the side road. Then it says, her quoting, before taking off his shoes or calling 911 on the phone, he grabbed me with a collar tore. It from the back seat. Okay, whoever wrote this, they need to go back to school, man. This is terrible. It literally says, before taking off his shoes or calling 911 on the phone, he grabbed me with a collar, tore it from the back seat, and slammed his face into the ditch first. She told people. You know, when it says his, I'm thinking it's saying her. This whole thing is terrible. This doesn't make a lot of sense. This is terrible, man. This is the newest article, by the way. That's why I'm reading this one. But let's just keep going, guys. We're too deep in. For some reason, I thought I called 911, but I didn't know the number correctly. But it was a miracle they called me back. Who doesn't know 911? Okay, what is this? What is this? This sounds like fabricated now. Did this really happen? For some reason, I thought I called 911, but I didn't know the number correctly. But it was a miracle they called me back. How don't you know 911? The name of the number is the number, dude. What is this? What is this? Let's just read the rest of this. This article's almost over, guys. Oh my god, this almost. I'm still I was reporting this. She's a moron. Like, America's great, guys. Even idiots like this could become famous. Okay, maybe you shouldn't write the article, but you guys know what I'm saying. This is terrible. Anyway, let's just continue reading this. We're too deep in this. And when I came, I was screaming and I saw the headlights. He left me at the point and took off. Left me at that point and took off. Okay, he left me at that point and took off. I was waiting for something stupid. Like, okay, she said, bleeding on her injured face. I remember going home. Yeah, he's put these periods everywhere. Anyway, he knew what he was doing, she said of the accused driver. I hate the way they put this. He pressed complete the ride after. Wouldn't it be he pressed? Okay, forget it. Wouldn't it be he completed the ride? Okay, whatever. He pressed complete the ride after it was done. Okay, she said, which removes important information about the driver from the passengers app. No, it doesn't. This isn't even true. No, it doesn't. You have a history of your riders, and you can go back on who dropped you off. Now, if he canceled it, that would be true. But when you complete the ride, right, the passenger has the last person the entire list of people. I don't know how long the list is, but they have the entire list of people on who was riding. So this is not true. This is a straight up lie right there. I'm starting to think this whole thing is something different. I'm starting not to believe this trick. The driver abandoned Clare Dunn less than a mile from her home before making her ride as completed. All right. I mean, he does have a right. I mean, he does have a right to hit the chick, obviously, but he does have a right to, not complete the ride. He has that right if she's a problem. You can kick anybody out for any reason. Okay, it says the singer says she and her friends later admitted to each other that they felt alarm bells about the driver and suffered from ignoring them. Okay, I had the intuition that something was wrong, so I ignored it. Dan saying she thought I'm thinking too much about it. So she thought she was thinking too much about it. I blame myself, she said in tears. Ooh. Nashville Metro Police warned suspect Albert. He got the same name as my favorite character, Wesker. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track here. Nashville Metro Police warned suspect Albert Bokiri, 46, on Monday, who was put in the Metro prison on Tuesday at 12:46 a.m. So what's his side of the story? What does he have to say? Online record shows he was released after 4 a.m. So he was put in jail, not prison. Anyway, he was released after 4 a.m., but details about the possible bonds were not immediately available. Man, that was a terrible article, man. I'm really glad we got through that one. So, despite all the grammatical errors in this article, I have to say this sounds like she was just being a problem, to be honest with you. Now, he doesn't have a right to slam her face or something like that, but women are so creative, they will slam their own face and blame it on you, right? So that's another reason why I always say have a camera in your car if you're ever gonna do rideshare, because cameras in your car save you. I don't know how many times I was saved by an actual camera. Like, that's why I always record my stuff and I upload it so you guys can see it and laugh. Because people will do crazy stuff, people will hurt themselves. You need a camera, man. You need a camera. I'm not just gonna take her word for it because she came from a girl's night out. You guys know how that is. Like I said, look at my videos. You guys know how that is. So she could have just been a problem. And I mean, he could have thrown her on the ground. You know, I say it's 50-50. So that could have happened, but I want to hear his side of the story before I just be like, oh, this guy is so terrible. Where's his side of the story? What did he say that happened? They didn't even say anything that happened. They're just sucking off the singer because she's famous. I don't know who she is, by the way, but they're just sucking her off because she's famous. It's like, oh, she's famous. What she says matters. Like, okay, what's his side of the story? What happened with him? What did he say happened? That's what I want to know. That'd be the full story. Then I'd be like, okay, well, this guy seems to be a dick or something like that, you know? But it's just her saying, oh, he was such a terrible guy. My intuition was doing this and doing that. Oh, I knew it was gonna be a problem. Okay, so I just can't see somebody being like, oh, could you take the side road and be like, I hate her, grab her and throw her out. You know, and she's so dumb that she can't remember 911, so it's really hard for me to take her word for it. But yeah, my final thoughts on this whole thing is that I don't believe her. I'm sorry, I don't believe her. Now, something happened, but I don't think that she's telling the full story. Women lie, man. No offense to all my female viewers, nothing against you all, but the women that do, the majority of the women, not all, okay? I'm not saying all women lie. That's very stupid. I'm saying the majority will lie and make completely fabricated BS just because they're angry at you. Like, it's happened to me multiple times, okay? So make sure this is very, very clear. I'm not saying nothing happened. I'm not saying the guy's right, but I'm definitely not saying that she's right either. I don't know what the whole story is, but something's definitely missing. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I just can't imagine someone getting that angry because you didn't take, you know, the side road, so to speak. I just don't see that happening. People just don't operate like that. And then he brought you so far down to your house where you're less than a mile away from your house. Like, you can walk to your house. Like, that's pretty generous in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I just think this whole thing is kind of a little wishy-washy. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think? Do you think she was right? Do you think she was wrong? Do you think the guy's being put in prison for absolutely no reason, which was probably jail if he got out in the same night? That article was terrible, by the way. But I like to read these articles brand new, so I won't have an already opinion about it. I like to read the articles, you know, and you guys learn about it as I do. So that's why I don't read the articles to make sure, you know, it isn't that bad. But that was the worst article I've ever read in my entire life. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is he right? Is he wrong? Is she right? Is she wrong? If you guys are new to the channel, share, like, subscribe, and comment. Help me get my video out there in this jungle that we call YouTube. And make sure you guys buy some merch. All right, I'm gonna be updating the store probably a couple of months, so you guys will be seeing some new merch. I need to promote that way more, increase my sales even more than what they are. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Remember, I'm not arrogant, I'm just confident, and thank you for watching.